friends, welcome to Galda's HEPGEC program. Here we are going to revise history, economy, polity, geography, environment and current affairs by solving previous year and mock UPSC question papers. So let's start with the first question. It's from history. With reference to religious history of medieval India, the Sufi mystics were known to pursue which of the following practices? It was asked in 2012. Now, Sufi mysticism is a branch of Islam religion which stresses on mystical experience. It reached India in the 12th century AD, and Sufi saints depend upon music, dance, and meditation to establish a link to experience God. So, it is very relevant from the current affairs standpoint because news relating to Sufism and there has been an attack on Sufi shrine in Pakistan. This all has been in news. So, it is important for 2020 prelims exam. So, let's consider the choices given here. Meditation and control of breath. Yes, it was followed by Sufi mystics. So, our answer could be either A or D. And severe ascetic exercise in a lonely place. Yes, they are known for their ascetic exercises. So, it is also part of our answer. And it could be, again, it could be A or D. And the third one, the final one. A recitation of holy songs to arouse a state of ecstasy in their audience. These songs are called, these devotional songs are called qalis, which are sung for this very same effect, to arouse a state of ecstasy in their audience. So, our answer comes as D, all of the above. It is a very important question, it is an important area for our prelims and mains exam. For detailed analysis video, check out the description given in the, check out the link given in the description below. Let's move on to the next question. It's from economy. The term base erosion and profit shifting is sometimes in the news in context of base erosion and profit shifting. Base erosion and profit shifting is a tax avoidance strategy used by corporations to shift their profits from a tax heavy jurisdiction to a tax low jurisdiction, thereby avoiding payment of extra tax. So, in this way, by doing this, they are denying the original jurisdiction their tax base. So, the tax base of the original jurisdiction comes down. So, it's bad for that economy. That is the term base erosion profit shifting. It is again important from the standpoint of a current affairs because very recently, India has ratified an agreement relating to BEPS with OECD. So, it is again important for 2020 prelims exam. So, let's consider the choices given here. A. Mining operation by multinational companies in resource rich but backward areas. No, it is not our answer. A is not our answer. It's related to shifting of profits. So, A, let's move on to the B. Second, curbing the tax evasion by multinational companies. Yes, that is the answer for this question. To make sure, let's consider the last two options. Exploitation of genetic resources of a country by multinational companies. No, it is not. And D, lack of consideration of environmental cost in the planning and implementation of developmental projects. So, D is again not our answer. Our answer is B. It's an evasion. This is a curbing of tax evasion by multinational companies. Let's move on to the next question. It's from polity. A British citizen staying in India cannot claim the right to. So, fundamental rights in part 3 of the Constitution are given to Indian citizens and foreigners also. But there are some rights which are exclusively given to the Indian citizens. These are 15, 16, 19, 29 and 30. These rights are exclusively enjoyed by the Indian citizens. So let's consider our choices from this angle now. Freedom of trade and profession. It comes under Article 19. So it is not, it is exclusively enjoyed by Indian citizens. So we arrived at an answer already. Our answer is option A, freedom of trade and profession. Let's consider the other options. Equality before law. That comes under Article 14. Enjoyed equally by both. Protection of life and liberty in Article 21. And freedom of religion. It's from Article 25 to 28. So our answer is A, freedom of trade and profession, which is enjoyed only by the citizens of India. Let's go to the next question from geography. Kontio Bandi is a method of soil conservation technique. They're asking about a soil conservation technique used in which of the following? It is a conservation technique used in a hilly terrain where you plow at right angles to the slope. This is done to prevent the flow and the flow of water from top of the hill. As you know, if the water flows from the top, from the height, it drags along with it, carries along with all the nutrients and topsoil needed for cultivation. So we cannot, if it is allowed unhindered, we cannot cultivate anything on this land. So to prevent that, we plow along, at right angles to the slope to prevent this flow. So let's consider the choices. Desert margin liable for strong wind action. No, it is not taken against, it is not a conservation technique against strong winds. So our option, the option A is not our answer. And B, low flat plains close to stream course liable to flooding. No, then again, flooding, it is not to prevent flooding. B is also not your answer. Then C, scrublands liable to spread of weed growth. No, it is not to prevent weed growth. Then again, C is again not our answer. And the option D, none of the above. And therefore, there are no other suitable options in our question. So our answer comes as option D, none of the above. Now, let's move on to the next question. From environment, which one of the following is associated with the issue of control and phasing out of use of ozone depleting substances? It was asked in 2015. These are all this Bretton Woods Conference, Montreal Protocol, Kyoto Protocol and Nagoya Protocol, all these are very important international agreements. You should be very careful and clear about what are the subjects discussed in these agreements. So our first one is Bretton Woods Conference. It led to the creation of IMF and World Bank. So A is not our answer. Then let's move on to C, Kyoto Protocol. It relates to control of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, which leads to greenhouse effect. It is Kyoto Protocol is to control the release of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere to limit global greenhouse effect on Earth. So C is again not our answer. Then D, Nagoya Protocol. It is on conserving genetic diversity, biodiversity. Conserving genetic resources, Nagoya Protocol. So D again is not our answer. And B, Montreal Protocol. It is the answer to this question. It is concerned with the protection of ozone layer, and it is also very important from the current affairs perspective because around 30 years, 3 decades have passed since we signed to Montreal Protocol, and we are seeing in news and in current affairs, we are seeing a lot of reports that because of our actions undertaken under Montreal Protocol, the ozone layer is recovering. There are reports. So it was this particular question was asked in 2015. There is a very good and very high chance that it could be asked in 2020 also. Not exactly, not clearly in this form, but it could be asked in any different way. So take care, it is very important. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.